I'm not going to say that loving your neighbor as yourself isn't hard, because loving yourself is hard. What's hardest about it is that all of us have experienced some sort of perception-altering experience because life, the past however many years, and everything that has come with it, it is finished, happened for a reason. We're still living in this pre-Juneteenth kind of nonsensical way of living. We're driven, but we're driven by the things that keep us in submission.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're getting into a really fascinating source. It's titled Modern Pharaohs and the Christ Prototypes.
Yeah.
Just that title alone, it suggests some pretty heavy metaphorical language.
It really does.
So our mission today is really to unpack the core ideas, the surprising links this text draws between, ancient figures and leadership today. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, and what's great about this source, I think, is how concise it is, but how much it packs in. It uses these figures we all sort of know, Moses, Pharaoh, Joshua, Joseph, but not really for a history lesson. It's more about framing this really unique kind of pointed take on power dynamics, leadership pitfalls.
And unrecognized value, right. That seems key.
Exactly. Unrecognized value in our modern world. It's a compact analogy, but it really cuts deep into why some leadership fails.
And it doesn't waste any time. That very first line just grabs you. It's too many Moses trying to become Pharaoh, complicit with discrediting Joshua and ready to kill Joseph. Wow, that's quite the statement right off the bat.
It is.
That shift, from Moses, the liberator figure, to Pharaoh, the oppressor, it's so stark. Does the source sort of hint at why that happens? Is it just like the pull of power?
That's a really good question. The text seems to suggest it's less about some inevitable fate and more about losing your way, forgetting the original mission. You start as Moses, maybe challenging the status quo, fighting oppression, but then power comes. And that initial purpose can get twisted.
Oh.
Think about maybe like a revolutionary leader who ends up becoming a dictator, or even, that startup founder example starts all about freedom and innovation.
Right.
Gets big, and suddenly they're crushing the very thing that made them successful. That's a kind of Moses turning into Pharaoh.
That makes a lot of sense, becoming the thing you fought against. And then it adds complicit with discrediting Joshua. That feels sneaky, almost.
It does. It feels insidious.
Is that always deliberate, you think, based on the source? Or just sort of an unconscious thing that happens when you're trying to hold on to control?
Well, the implication is it could be either, maybe a mix.
Yeah.
Josh was the next step, right?
Yeah.
The successor, the new way forward. Maybe someone who carries the vision on, but differently. So discrediting Joshua can be a deliberate power move, cutting down rivals.
Sure.
But it might also just be, self-preservation kicking in unconsciously. New ideas, rising stars, they get seen as threats to the leader's legacy, even if they're actually vital.
Like a fear of being replaced or becoming irrelevant.
Exactly, a failure to nurture the future, maybe even blocking it.
And then it gets even darker. And ready to kill Joseph. Joseph, he's the visionary, the interpreter of dreams, the one who saved everyone with his foresight.
Yeah.
What's really being attacked when Joseph is targeted?
This points to the really self-destructive part of this whole Pharaoh dynamic. Joseph stands for that crucial foresight, wisdom, maybe the inconvenient truths, the solutions that can actually save the day. So being ready to kill Joseph, that suggests actively suppressing those vital insights. Maybe silencing the whistleblowers, ignoring the warnings.
Destroying value just because it doesn't fit the leader's plan or ego.
Precisely. Turning your back on what could save you, often out of pride, or maybe just fear of looking weak.
So we have leaders potentially becoming oppressors, undermining their successors, and actively trying to shut down vital wisdom. And then the source drops the other shoe, right after that line, not realizing Joshua and Joseph are prototypes of Christ.
And boom. That's the kicker, isn't it? That's the real aha moment in the text. By calling them prototypes of Christ, it lifts them beyond just historical examples. It gives them this universal weight.
Okay.
And say they embody something essential, maybe even redemptive qualities. Faithfulness like Joshua, foresight and provision like Joseph, courage, a path to, salvation or real flourishing.
Foundational values.
Foundational values, exactly. That these modern pharaohs, in their quest for control, are completely missing or even attacking. They're unknowingly going after the very core of what's good, what's true, what's actually needed for everyone to thrive.
It's like leadership becoming so self-absorbed it blinds itself.
Totally blind to the principles it actually needs.
So wrapping this up, what really stands out from this source is that central idea, that warning. The problem of too many Moses trying to become Pharaoh, undermining Joshua, ready to destroy Joseph, and the tragic irony of not realizing that in Joshua and Joseph, they're attacking prototypes of Christ. Figures representing true, selfless value and crucial foresight. It's really a picture of leadership losing its moral compass.
Yeah, and it really does leave you thinking, doesn't it? It raises an important question, maybe for you listening. Where might you be seeing these kinds of modern pharaoh dynamics play out? In your work, maybe in communities you're part of, or even just observing the world. And following from that, what kinds of prototypes, maybe essential truths or vital new ideas or positive influences, might be getting overlooked or silenced or even targeted in those situations? It's a potent reminder that these old stories, these archetypes, they're still very much alive and shaping things around us. Something to reflect on.